Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. A few weeks ago, I asked you here on YouTube and also on Instagram if you would like to send me pictures of your favorite palettes, whether it was wearing a look or just a picture of the palette. And many of you sent in pictures. Content creators, family, subscribers, I have had so much fun putting this video together. I do want to take a moment and say thank you to Jen Phelps from here on YouTube. This was her idea. She did it on her channel and it turned out beautifully. She's done it a few times. I think 2 or 3 times she's done it. And I just thought it was fantastic. I asked Jen if she minded if I copied her, and Jen responded right away and said, no, absolutely not. Go for it. So here I am. I hope you enjoy. I'm going to start off with I can't say my favorite palette because it is very difficult for me to choose a favorite palette, as if you would ask me which is my favorite wig. I can't do that. But I will share with you the palette that I have been using in the last few days that has become my current favorite. And that palette is the Urban Decay Naked Honey. I love this palette. This was talked about so much when it first launched. And for whatever reason, it's kind of like slit in the back. And I'm really trying to use my stash. It's not talked about anymore as it was when it first launched. I love this palette. This is the look that I'm wearing today. I think it is absolutely beautiful. If you like more on the neutrals, there is a gorgeous combination there of mattes and shimmers. There are these beautiful golds that really look like you could see them from Mars, but you really can't. I mean, they're vibrant, but they're not so over the top. You have a nice dark shade over here that you could use, that I used for my lower lash line. And I used this shade right here for right under my brow. You have some nice transition shades. I also used this one in my outer V, and I made a combination of quite a few of these for my transition and my lid color. I think it is absolutely a gorgeous palette. I really, really like this. Oh, the other colors, let me just tell you real quick what I used. I used this, the really bright one. I used it in the inner third of my eye. Then I used this one right in the center. And I finished it off with the really dark one. I just went transitioning from a lighter shade into a darker shade. I want to make a quick mention that anyone that is a content creator or anyone that has an Instagram handle, I will mention it in the video, but I will also be linking them down below in the description box. I have a few pictures here to show you. Thank you to all of you that participated, that sent in your picture. I realize that some are camera shy, but you went ahead and you sent me a picture of the palette that you were using, and I absolutely loved all of them. Thank you all so much. And I'll show you everyone's pictures, and then I'll come back at the end. I'm going to start off with Ava. Ava was a student of mine in the last year that I was teaching. I asked Ava's mom for permission in order to post Ava's picture, and her mom said yes, absolutely. Ava's favorite palette is Essence, Fairy Wings, and Magical Things. Ava's such a doll. When I asked her why she liked this, what she liked the best about this palette, she said it was her only one. I think she did an amazing job with her swatches and her pictures. Don't you think? The next picture comes from Jackie, and Jackie is a subscriber to many of us here on YouTube. And when Jackie sent me this picture, I was not familiar with this eyeshadow. It is from Becca. It is called Night Star. And Jackie says, the green is my perfect shade, Sage. Perfect gray, green, no yellow tinge. Can do my eyes, brows, and liner all with this. I bought a backup immediately after using it. It's been a favorite since 2018. And I have to say, Jackie, I had never seen this one before. I think it is absolutely beautiful. The next picture is MaryEllen from the channel MaryEllen After 60. She's both here on YouTube and on Instagram. And MaryEllen's favorite palette, and this one I knew, is the Tarteist Pro palette. I think that's such a gorgeous palette. I just love it. Next is Jeanette, and her favorite current palette is Elf Quad. I have to agree, Jeanette. I just love those Elf Quads. I think they are absolutely beautiful. Next, we have Joy. Joy says that right now she is loving the Colourpop Sweet Nothings palette. Next, we have Monika from Monika's Beauty and Lifestyle, both on YouTube and on Instagram. Monika's palette is the Viseart Amythest palette. Monika says, this was hard as I have been using more and more palettes lately and exploring with colors. But at the end of the day, I chose the one I use the most for work. More of a neutral, low-key look that I can ramp up as needed. Plus, it travels so well and never fails me. And Monika, I have to agree with you. I absolutely love that palette as well. Next, we have Bella, and Bella says that she loves the Chanel Special Edition single in green. She loves Chanel and the Chantecaille Le Palette. I am sure that I am butchering it, but Bella looks gorgeous, so I need to look at those. Next, we have Shelia from Simply Shelia here on YouTube and on Instagram. Sheila's favorite palette is the Sultry palette, and Shelia says that she loves this palette because she can create so many looks with it, and I agree, Shelia. This is a gorgeous palette, and it's really one of my favorites as well. Next, we have Barbara, and Barbara says, my favorite palette from the day I bought it is the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes. I love the colors, the texture of the shadows, the staying power, everything about it. She also says, I have ended up with so many different looks from this palette. It really is, Barbara. I have to agree with you. It is a gorgeous palette. Next, we have Wendy from MyLifeWendy on YouTube and Instagram. And Wendy says, here is my favorite palette at the moment. From Ilia, it is the Warm Nudes. I love it because, well, I love the colors. The formula is so smooth and blends so well. It's perfect for all seasons. Here I am wearing it as a simple day look, but it can easily be made into an evening night look. It is beautiful. I personally don't have anything from Ilia, but that looks lovely. Next, we have Susan. When Susan sent me the picture, I asked her, Susan, what shadow are you using? And Susan said, I was probably wearing a Viseart matte palette or the Viseart mini palette. I don't know which because I own them all. And Susan, I've got to agree with you. I love my Viseart palettes, and you look stunning. Next, we have Linda, and Linda's Instagram handle is LDWJackson61. Linda sent us a collage, and as we can see, Linda loves her MAC products. Linda says, I love MAC products and have been wearing MAC when they first started selling in Nordstrom. I love me some MAC. When I asked Linda about the brushes, she said that the brushes are by True Beauty. She's had them for a while, and she believes that she got them at Walmart. She loves them and that they hold up well when washed in Dawn. Next, we have Clara from Beauty is Ageless 55, both here on YouTube and on Instagram. And Clara's look is from a palette she received in a Walmart beauty box, Luna Magic. Clara sent me the link for this palette, so I'll include it under her name and her YouTube channel. And I have to say, when Clara sent me this picture, I thought that she had used some very expensive palette. I was really surprised that it was from a Walmart beauty box, the same way when Linda sent me that the picture of those brushes, I thought that they were Artiste brushes. Next we have Judy, and Judy's favorite palette of the moment is Violet Voss Essentials palette. I love Violet Voss as well. Next we have Lisa Monique from LisaMoniqueBeauty on both YouTube and Instagram. Lisa says, I buy a lot of palettes, but every time I use makeup, I use my Scott Barnes Sculpt and Contour palette. It has shades for when I'm winter pale and also as I'm getting a little more color. I have not tried any of these Scott Barnes, but I need to put those on my list. Next we have Debbie, and Debbie says, I am holding one of my faves from Revolution, the Precious Stone Rose Quartz palette. I don't think I was familiar with that palette, but Debbie, I think it looks gorgeous. And next we have my daughter, Stephanievanderwaag, both on YouTube and Instagram. And Stephanie said, I use the Colourpop Bare Necessities one that I am currently loving. And it looks beautiful, Steph. Next, we have Peggy. Peggy says, at the moment, I am loving the Kat Von D Lolita. I love that palette. It is so beautiful. And it looks lovely, Peggy. Next, we have Julie, and Julie is on Instagram. Her Instagram handle is acelticbritbeauty. Julie's palette is the Pat McGrath, and her looks are amazing. She does some incredible looks. That palette is gorgeous. And last but not least, we have the daughter from my heart, Christie. And Christie is here with the MannyMua collaboration with Makeup Geek. This is not a brand new palette, but she still loves it. And I have to tell you, Christie, I love that palette too. That palette came out a few years ago and I fell in love with it. I have used that palette so much. I think it is a gorgeous palette. And I'm so happy that Christie sent in the picture with her using that. I think her look turned out gorgeous, but I'm also glad that she sent it because I had totally forgotten about that palette. See, that's how it goes. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed seeing everyone's picture. I hope you probably have a list like I do of a slew of products that you're adding to your list. If you have some products some palettes that you're really enjoying, that you're picking up, and you didn't send in a picture, please leave it down in the comments so we could all share what we like. And you might have a palette that none of us have thought of, or like what happened to me with Christie's palette. I had totally forgotten about it. So yeah, leave the comment down below of what you're using lately. Even though we are in self-isolation and we're staying home, I hope that you are pulling out those palettes and putting on a face. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for being here. And don't forget, ladies, follow your passion, whatever it may be. I'll see you next time. Bye.